Hello, my stampin' friends. Sorry, running a little late today. Just an FYI. I am fighting a cold, so if I sound kind of crazy, that would be why. And if I have to stop to cough or grab a drink, I apologize. But I had so much fun playing with this. I just still wanted to come and jump on and share today. So hopefully I'll be able to get through okay today. And where did my stuff go? Sorry, trying to keep everything here. We're going to get started, and I am going to switch and turn my other camera on. Let's, uh, All right, here we go. So I'm super excited to be bringing new product today to share with you. By the way, I'm Candace Anderson, Stampin' with Candace. It is May 12th, and if you've been following along, I've been participating in the Card a Day in May. So today's theme is to die for. So I had to share this stamp set. Well, this die-in stamp set. So this is the stamp set that goes with this die set. If you'll notice, this doesn't really cut anything out on here. It's just kind of sentiments and things that you can add to this Notes and Totes. So if you are not in love with this stamp set, you can pair it with multiple other things and buy just the dies, because the dies are all kind of a standalone die, which is not, how most of our dies work, but that's how these ones are. I'm going to show it to you here in the catalog so you can kind of see. I can actually show the inside of the catalog now. If you want a catalog, let me know. I can get you one. But this is some ideas using this, and you can turn it. I'll show you how to turn it into an actual little tote here. But one other thing before we get started on that, we are also using the new in colors. So we have, let's see, Secret Sea, Strawberry Slush. This is a returning in color. Um, this one is, what is this one called? Uh, Sorry, my brain, I just lost it. Soft something, cloud cover, that's what it is. And then Darling Ducklings and Timid Tiger. So just so you're aware, the cloud cover, they were having issues with it with our standard ink pads, so it will not be available in the standard ink pad. You can still get it in our markers, our Stampin' Right markers. You can get it in the little you can get the ink refill and make your own of the little ones. You can get it in the blends, and then it comes in one of the variety packs of the little ink Stampin' Spots. So that's a way that you can still get that ink and obviously the paper. But I wanted to show you these dies. So since they're kind of a little bit, there's just a lot going on with these. So this is the die set that you get here. Um, I put them all on a paper and wanted to cut them out and see what we get. So this is what we've got here. And I'm going to take this off so we can kind of see, maybe move this out of the way. Um, so right here, this right here is our purse. If we're going to be making one that's like the 3D one, you're going to cut two of these. You have two different style handles. You have this handle, which I'm going to be using, or you have this one that can go on here. I don't know about you, but I think these look like little headphones. So I used them as headphones on my project here. This right here, you're probably wondering what the heck that is. If you look here, you can see how they used it to make um, a little fence in the background here. So that's what those are for. You could add a million other things, I'm sure. I'll be honest, I wasn't quite sure what this one is for. You could probably do it as like a pocket on here. I thought it looked kind of like a little tablet, so that's what I did it. You could also maybe do it as like a towel. I don't know. Some of this stuff I might have to watch and see what other people do to figure out what they are. You have like your little lotion right here. They used it as a cup going this way. You could also kind of use it as a tag. You could put it, as a little uh, ribbon coming off there. That's what this one is. This one can also be used as, multiple different things. I love these little glasses. Aren't these so cute? You can make these little sunglasses here. You've got a seashell, you've got the hearts that come out of them. So I wondered what this was, but it fits like right along. So I've used it along the bottom here on that. This is your little water bottle, and it comes with the little straw that you can put on the top and a little starfish. So lots of fun little pieces. Where'd my bag go? Um, that you can do with this. Again, like I said, it's pretty much, oh, and there's little fishes here. And you have these little pieces here that you could use in the corners. You can use them on this little pocket. There's a little pocket. So I'm going to show you what I did. And I've pre-cut things out so we didn't have to do time on that. Just drop some stuff. Hang on. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I have my tote here, and I'm going to grab my strawberry slush, and I am going to just stamp these flowers on it to give it some kind of, a fun little pattern. And I forgot that there was some glue on there. That's okay. We're all good. And then I'm going to take this one here, and I am going to add, I think this is a hibiscus. I could be wrong. I know it was all over stuff when we were in Hawaii. And I'm just going to stamp that in the corner there. So super simple, easy. The other one I'm going to do is move this out of the way here and find my base pieces. So I'm using the cloud cover here. Just realized I forgot to turn on the chat just in case you're there and say hello from wherever you're at. I'd love to know where you're from. So I have the cloud cover, and I used the swirl embossing folder on this. I'll show you what I'm going to do with that in a second. And then I have some of this Darling Duckling, and I am actually just going to tear this like so that I have two pieces here. And I'm going to use the little, these little dots that come in here with the Darling Duckling. I wasn't sure. I will be honest, I wasn't sure about this color, but the more I've used it, the more I like it. I really love how all these colors work together. So we're just going to stamp on here. And then we're going to do this one really quick. I don't have to go quite all the way down to the bottom because I'm going to cover it up. But the other thing I am going to do is I am going to grab my blending brush, and I am going to add a little bit extra to this. And if you haven't figured it out yet, I'm trying to kind of make it look a little bit like sand. So that's kind of the idea on this one. And then I am going to take where's my secret seed here? I love this. It's like a really, really dark blue, and I better wipe this really quick so I don't get ink all over the place. I love my glass mat. If you don't have it, I highly recommend it. But we're just going to stamp this relax and enjoy in the corner here. All right. So this is going to line up on here. Now, since I do not have access to that cloud cover here, I actually decided to go with a little bit weird, but I went with the smoky slate. I just wanna highlight some of this just a little bit, and it does look different on here. It's not a tone on tone, but I did like how it looked on there. So I'm just adding not a lot of pressure, just a little bit. I'm kind of want it to look like the water. And then I took my Winka Stella and I just kind of added a little bit. So it looks like the sun's kind of shining and giving a little bit of a wink, I guess is the word I'm looking for, on the water there. So it gives that little bit of a sparkle. Okay, so this is the base of our card here. Um, and let's just go ahead and attach it really quick. And I go back and forth on which, so sorry, on which glue I am using at the time, I'll be honest. A lot of times if I'm working with a lot of little stuff or embossing folders, I like the green liquid glue just because it's easier to um, cover cover it up and get it there. Okay, so now we're going to make our little bag. So one thing I want you to realize is it has the places where you can fold. And if you were going to be doing this um, flat on here, I would cut this one off so that it's just, and I probably would not, I wouldn't fold it in. I would just leave it flat so it's sitting on here. I am going to cut this little piece off right here if I can find my scissors. I thought I was so nice and organized, and they're right here in front of me. Look on the back side here. I am going to cut just this little edge off. That you would leave on there if you were making your regular turning it into a 3D project. But I'm doing something a little bit different with this, so hopefully you'll like what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to add on some little elements. So you can put this one going here, but I didn't want this part to show, so I put it back behind. And one thing I did learn when I was doing this, I'm going to add my little bit of glue here, is I kind of pulled this up and up so that I kind of, if you can see, I'm using my glass mat to kind of have it lined up. And that way I can get it pretty well centered back behind there. And then once I have that on, I'm going to add my little strips here, a little bit of glue. Remember, when you're working with the green glue, you don't usually have to do a whole lot of pressure because then you get way too much glue on there. And we're going to put these on here. And I'm going to go at just a tiny bit of a little angle. Not a lot, but just a little bit. You can go straight up and down. You can put them however you want. And we're going to throw this one along the bottom here. Now, I did something kind of fun with this little pocket. I wanted it to actually be a pocket. So what I did is I just put glue here, here, and here so that when I put it on, and go up just a little higher, it leaves the center part open so that you can stick something inside of it, which is what we're going to do. So I have my little glasses here. So I have this back part and then I have the pink. And I am going to add some Winka Stella to these to make them kind of sparkle like sunglasses. Makes me think of aviator glasses, except for they wouldn't wear hearts, but that's what it makes me think of. Okay, we're going to let that dry for a second. Now I have all these little pieces that we're going to put on the inside. Here, one last thing. I'm going to take this little corner piece and better make sure I'm on the right side, which I'm not, and add that to my little bag right here. So we are going to, I'm going to grab out my markers and show you how I embellished these little pieces here. So first off, I am going to just take the edge of my marker and I'm just going to touch the sides of this. And that is the biggest reason. I just wanted it to pop a little bit and not have, I don't know, not be, what's the word I'm looking for, quite so, uh, I don't know, dull, I guess is part of the word I'm looking for. Just wanted it to have a little bit of something. Now this one I'm going to go kind of all the way along the top here to give it some dimension. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. All right. And then we're going to, okay, so on this one here, this is my uh, lid, or not lid, straw. And I am going to take my brush end here and I am actually going to turn the whole thing. So rather than cutting out one out of the, what is this color? Secret Sea. I am just coloring it since it's such a dark color. It's easy to color it. And then I did something a little fun with this one. So I lined it up on here and I grabbed my ruler and I just kind of lined my ruler up, move this out of the way, along the top of this here. Let's see, I think went about right here. And oh, I want my other end, not my brush end. And I'm just gonna, oh, come on, stay. I'm gonna do a little line there. And then I'm gonna do a little line here. And then I'm gonna kind of go in between. I'm gonna make this one a little bit thicker. And that just added a little bit extra dimension to, and some decoration to the water bottle here. I'm going to do the same thing with my cloud cover. I will get these names down. So now we have a little bit extra on that. So we can glue these last couple things together here. Where did they go? It's hiding under here. I know I saw it. There it is. So we're going to glue these on. Just a very touch of glue here and here. Now I did figure out the trick on this one. Rather than trying to flip this over, I just flipped this one over on top of it and lined it up and then flipped it. Much easier than trying to pick that up. And then this one, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue along here and I can add the little straw and flip that back behind. Now we're ready to finish putting this together. Okay, so last couple things that we're going to do, I just realized, oh no, I didn't. Oh, we have this little tag that we're going to go on here. And there's this one that says exclusive, made just for you. I want the just for you here. So I am taking a piece of my masking uh, sticky, whatever we want to call it. And I'm just going to stamp on here. And then I am going to cut, maybe I'm going to cut the for you out so that I can place it on here where I want it, and then it will cover it up when I go to stamp. So you could have used the markers. I'm going to do my very best to try and line this up. Got it off a little bit. That's okay. It still works. So now we have the little tag for you to go on the bag. And to insert these, I just used some mini glue dots and I put them on the bottom here. And let's see, I need one on this. And so we're gonna attach this one just in here. Oh, I guess I need one on this one too. Grabbing my sample. Remember where I put these things. So I'm gonna throw some of these in here, like so. Fill up the little tote. So we're ready to go to the beach. All right. And this one, I just slid down inside that little pocket and had it hanging out there. And to finish this off, we're going to add some glue here and here and here. We're not putting any glue on this back side because we are actually turning this one into a pocket as well. So I'm gonna push this one down and push this one. Now, one thing I did learn is I just took one of these from the paper pumpkins. They're a little bit thinner, and I popped so that I could pop that up. I just remembered, okay, we're going to pull this off real quick because I forgot to bend this. There we go. Then we're going to put it back down. So I just put that underneath there to help make sure I didn't press it all the way down because I want it popped off of the thing. And we'll let that sit for a second. And we're going to add some glue in here. Just tuck this underneath there and add a little bit of glue. And I would add some ribbon to add that onto there. And I'm going to show you the finished one here. Oh, and I added the little bit of these little guys in here, but I'll show you how the finished one looks. And then I did do this little, like a tablet. Did the thing, and then I tucked some little money in there. So how fun is that? Be able to tuck some money in the little card, and then newsflash, you're fabulous. So this, you could write a little note on there if you wanted to, tucked inside there with the money. But I loved being able to do that little pocket um, created on the card that you could put something in there. You could put a little treat. Okay, real quick. If you were going to do two of these, like I said, you would leave this on here. I've already glued this edge together here. Um, I've already glued those on. You can do the same thing if you wanted. I have these that you could attach to the inside. I only did the pocket on the one side, but you could do it on both depending on what you want to do. But I wanted to show you how this part goes together here. So I was playing around with it a little bit, and this folds up in to the center here. So you have a couple of choices. You can leave this part so it's sticking out. You could glue it if you wanted to one side or the other. I'm just going to leave it as kind of a seam. And I tried putting a little bit of glue on here, and it didn't really seem to make a difference. So I am going to put glue, let's see, on this one right here. And then I'm going to add some glue to this. So this is going to get tucked up inside, maybe. I have not fully put one of these together, so I just put the side together because I wanted to be able to show you. And then I'm going to do that. Thankfully, this glue, it takes just a minute to dry, so you do have a little bit of flexibility, but it doesn't take all that long. So it's not like you have to hold it for a long time. Then you have this cute little bag, treat bag, that you can add whatever you want into it. How cute is that? So you could, put some little lotion or some treats, whatever, and you have a little card and a little bag that you can um, give to someone. I'm gonna switch this camera out again. Uh, Turn this one off. All right. Hi, I'm back again. Hopefully you enjoyed that and really fun dice. You really need to get these. They're going to be I can't wait to play with them a little bit more and see what else I can come up with. I've already seen lots of cute things that other people have posted and shared with these dies. I wasn't sure about them at first, but now I'm really glad that I got them. Just a reminder, you can always order online at Candace Anderson at stampinup.net. Sorry. Visit my blog, stampinwithcandace.com, YouTube, Instagram, all those places. Card a Day in May. I will be going live tomorrow for Card a Day in May, and then I have one other time I'm going live, but I've been sharing those. Please, if you'd love to, I have the link on my Facebook page. You can join in on that fun. It is a Facebook group, but it's open to the public. And if nothing else, join just so you can see all the fun cards. There's lots of great samples on there. I'm excited to be uh, participating in that. Thank you, Rashay. You are so sweet. But thanks for bearing with me with my cold. Hopefully next week I won't be as bad. Oh, one other thing, my where is the card? Uh, I shared this yesterday as my card. I'll flip it. I don't know if you can see it. It's backwards, but anyway, I shared this yesterday. So this is the suite or the what's the word I'm looking for? We're using the memories kit, whatever, for our scrapped. Mine will be going on Thursday, so you can check that out on YouTube. I'll share the link on Facebook as well so that you can get to it. And be sure to check out what my friends have done. Lots of cute projects already on that if you want some more ideas on scrapbooking. So we'll see you then. Thanks again for joining me and have a STEM-tastic night. Bye-bye.